sure if that's where they're at now. That's where they remain throughout the entire safari, not standing on your lap or being held up in the air, passed by the color. Seeing everybody's gonna be out there. Thank you. Alright, as we say in the Harambe to one day, let's go. Now, if you have any loose articles, you're gonna hold on really tight to those as well. Again, it's gonna get bumpy, and we're not allowed to stop break items which may fall out of the vehicle. If you happen to drop something, let me know. We'll have somebody go out there and get that for you. We'll get it back at some point. It's not gonna look the same as when you dropped it, but you'll get it back. Alright, we're gonna hold here for just a moment until we get the all clear. My name's Louis. I'll be your safari guide as we head out into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. While we're out there, I'm going to ask, please do not call out, whistle, or try to attract the animals to the truck in any way. That's for their safety as well as ours. Conversations, comments are fine. Just please keep them at a minimum and at a volume that doesn't alarm the animals or disrupt the folks around you. We're heading into the Little Ituri Forest. Here, a lot of animals depend on natural camouflage for protection. We'll do our best to find them. If you look over to the right, there are a couple of okapi. White stripes on their legs make them look a lot like zebras, but they are related to giraffes. And if you get a look at that face and head, you might see that family resemblance. If you're taking pictures, keep the cameras and the cell phones handy. You never know when the animals are going to pop up. So a picture of an okapi. It turns into a really cool picture of a tree if you're trying to get a camera ready. Yeah, the foliage is nice, but I think the animals are way cooler. The beige animal on the right is a greater kudu. She's a female, and we know that because she doesn't have horns. Only the male kudus have horns. They're the second tallest antelope on the reserve. Just ahead of us here, there are some bongos. Let's see, where did they go? They're known as the ghost of the forest. There we go. There's one right here on the left. There's more in the bushes back there. They're really hard to see, even with that bright coloring. When you get into the bushes, they blend in very, very well.
I know.
Their horns are kind of swept back. That allows them to run through the woods without getting caught up on anything. Look to the left, across the water and up on that ridge over there. There's a black rhino standing up top. You see him right through the trees. More greater kudu on the right. Black rhinos can weigh about 3,000 pounds fully grown. Very endangered animals, only about 5,000 or 6,000 left in the whole world.
Ducks.
The horns on rhinos are not actual horns. They're not attached to their skulls. And they're made of keratin, like our hair and fingernails instead of bone. And those horns are the reason they're hunted. And we support several groups that are working really hard to educate people about not using rhino horn products. Just ahead on the left, a couple of saddle-billed storks. They get their name because of the yellow saddle-shaped crest on their bill. Stand about 5 feet tall, wingspan about 9 feet across. Alright, the sign in front of us reads Pole Pole. That is Swahili. It means very slow. So we're going to go very slow as we enter the Salpi River area. We're going to be looking for hippos. They're one of the largest and one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Full-grown males can weigh around 5,000 pounds. Hippos spend most of their time in the water, so we are going to look down in the water for them. They can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on their activity level. If you look to the right, there's a couple of hippos right there. Ears, eyes, and nostrils all at the very top of the head. That way they can come up, get some air, see what's going on, and still keep a very low profile. Pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the color on their backs during their mating season. And look, these guys are getting some snacks over here. How cool is that?
Chow time.
Do you see the hippos? It's a hippopotamus. It's a hippopotamus. Well, I can't take pictures at the same time. Do you see the hippopotamuses?
Very cool. There's one coming up for air. They can swim, but they tend to run or walk underwater, and it works. They move extremely well. And while they don't have a typical runner's body, they're quick on land. Run up to about 20 miles an hour. And it's much faster than most of us, even riding a bicycle. All right, we're going to cross the bridge. We'll do that going polo as well.
Look at
Nile
that.
crocodiles on the left.
Crocodiles.
They're found all over sub-Saharan Africa.
You know what the crocodile says?
They can reach over 16 feet in length. Really cool. In the wild, live around 40 years in captivity on North Carolina. All right, a little bit of traffic there. So there is an animal blocking the path up ahead. I'm not sure which animal it is, but I just heard them talk about that on the radio. All right, while we're waiting, a couple of cool things with the hippos. They can sleep underwater. They have a special reflex. When their body needs air, it will automatically rise, breathe, go right back down without having to wake them up. Pretty cool. They can do that because they are cetaceans. Hippos are related to whales and dolphins. You might have noticed there was a separation back there between the crocodiles and the hippos, and that's there to protect those crocodiles.
The separation between the crocodiles and the hippos. There's crocodile protection.
If you ever see hippos out of the water, you might have noticed it in the water, but they kind of always look like they have a sunburn. They secrete this oily substance that acts like a natural sunscreen, but it has a red pigment to it, so it makes it look like they have a sunburn while protecting them from it. If you were to rub your hand on a hippo, you get that red stuff all over your hand. As a side note, don't ever rub your hand on a hippo. Really bad idea. They're actually having a little bit of a hippo situation down in South America. Somebody thought it was a great idea to bring some in and let them loose in a river. They reproduce very quickly, and there is nothing there to stop them. Yeah. You know, look at it, judge it. All right, just around the turn on the right side of the path, there's a baobab tree, also known as an upside down tree. And if you look at the branches, you'll see they look a lot like tree roots, giving it that name. There it is. We're heading into the savannah, finally. The animals shape the landscape with their eating habits. Elephants push trees over for food. Giraffes eat the under canopy of the trees. Grazing animals eat the grass. And all of that combined gives a savanna that very clean, open look it normally has. If you look at the under canopy of the trees out in the clearing, there's almost a straight line all the way across. That's as high up as the giraffes can reach with their mouth. Those trees are delicious to them, so they eat everything within their reach. See a zebra. giraffes.
There's giraffes.
There are indeed giraffes. They're the tallest animals. They top out at around 20 feet. Now here on the reserve, these are Maasai giraffes. They have this irregular kind of jagged pattern on the coat. Look ahead, 2 trucks ahead. Those are the Ankole cattle over there. Look at the size of those horns. If you get a chance to compare the size of their horns to the people on the other trucks, it gives you an idea of just how big they are.
No wonder we were blocked.
Their horns are made of, exactly. Their horns are made of honeycomb material inside, and blood flows inside them. They're like radiators that regulates their body temperature. The giraffes all the way in the back, you see them reaching up into that under canopy. Love it when they illustrate my points. Alright, over on the left, look inside the den. Those are painted dogs laying in there. They look a little bit cuddly, they're not. They are the most successful predatory mammals in all of Africa. More than lions or cheetahs or hyenas. If you ever get a chance to hear them, they don't bark. They sound like squeaky toys. Really, really cute. Makes you want to go over there and pet them. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Alright, again, Ankole cattle, big bull right there with his back to us. They're also known as Watusi cattle, named after the tribe that domesticated them. Laying down on the grass right there, those are sable antelope. If you look at the logo for Harambe Wildlife Reserve, that's the animal on there. That's because the word Harambe means to come together. Sable antelope are threat. Instead of scattering and running off, they actually come together and face that threat.
There we go.
Termite mounds all around. When they wear down like the one on the right, animals like the dogs will climb up. It's a great view of the savannah. We have a great view of these giraffes. There's one kind of walking over. Very long, prehensile tongue, about 16 to 18 inches long as the adults. When they're standing around like this in a group, it's called a tower of giraffes. If the group is on the move, then it is a journey of giraffes. Pretty self-explanatory. Short horns in the head are called ossicones. The okapi we saw earlier, the males have those. With the giraffe, both male and female have them. Alright, out of the clearing there are Hartmann's mountain zebras. They have a very dense stripe pattern across their head, neck, and back, no stripes on their bellies. If you get a look at the underside of the neck, there's a little bit of extra skin that hangs out. It's called the thulap. There's a bunch of blood vessels in there, and that helps them regulate their body temperature. A couple of baby zebras out here. Those 2 are females, and they're both about 13 weeks old.
Yeah, like little miniature ponies.
Yeah. And they're really and you see the thulap on their neck. The zebra stripes kind of make them all blend in, and that's kind of their camouflage. Predators like to choose one individual animal to go after. When they do that with zebras and they're all standing around, sometimes that animal that they think they're going to go after runs off in 2 or 3 different directions. There goes a bunch of different animals, and that makes the zebra's odds way better. Another thing that happens out in the savannah, zebras like to hang out with animals that are slower than they are. They look for herds of animals that they can outrun. That way, if a predator comes around, they can always get away. If the other animals are moving a little bit too quickly, they've actually been known to kick them in the legs and slow them down even more. So if you're hanging out in Africa and there's a zebra standing next to you, be careful. Don't trust them. There's a young male elephant on the road. Elephants are the largest land animals. Full-grown males average around 12,000 pounds. He's got a long way to go before he gets there. Look up here on the left side. There's some mandrills, the largest of the monkeys, although there's some young ones right here. They all have red and blue on their snouts. That's the alpha male. Think Rafiki. Rafiki is a mandrill. The elephant herds are made up of females and they're young. When the males reach maturity, like that one back there, they have to leave the herd because they get really aggressive and unpredictable. Just not really safe for them to be around at that point. Alright, we're going to cross another bridge. We're going to go polo once again. And as you can see, the bridge doesn't look great and it really doesn't feel that good either. But it does hold up just fine most of the time.
What do you mean most of the time?
It's a lot more than some of the time. Alright, you can see they have been working on it. The zip ties there on the left, those are new. On the right side, there are tusk marks. Elephants will eat red clay, provides them with minerals, mescaline in their diet, like a supplement for them. There's some elephants just ahead. Look off to the left. Researchers here at Harambe Wildlife Reserve found that elephants are really afraid of bees, so they developed the beehive fences for use around farms. When the elephants bump the fence, the bees come out buzzing. The sound scares the elephants away, and we avoid a conflict between them and the farmers, and that's always a good thing. Most are covered in dirt. They spray that on. It's like a natural sunscreen. You're going to see them flap their ears. They have a lot of blood vessels in their ears. You kind of see them in there. When they flap them, the air circulating cools the blood down, and that goes on the body temperature. Elephants will live about 60 to 65 years on average. Childhood is about the same as ours, around 15 years. Ours is around 17 or 25. Walking from behind the boulders is Mom, and over there by the baobab tree are her two daughters. Her youngest daughter is the baby of her, the one all the way at the back. She is a cutie. I still remember when she was a little teeny tiny 300-pound newborn.
I didn't go walking into the one in the tree.
Greater flamingos are the largest and the lightest in color of the flamingos. They get their color from the brine shrimp that they eat, which is really high in keratin. There's a few with darker feathers around the head and neck. Those are juveniles. As they get older, they're going to eat more of the shrimp and they'll develop more of that pink color. The group of flamingos is called the flamboyants. As you come around the turn, look across the clearing. There's some rhinos laying there, a little baby rhino in the middle. We're going to try really hard not to make any loud sounds, no yelling out. Rhinos can react to sound, and we don't want that. That's bad. Right now they can hear us, they can smell us. They cannot see us at all. They have terrible eyesight. They need to be about 10 feet away before they can see us clearly. Those are white rhinos. They average about 5,500 pounds as adults. They run up to 35 miles an hour, which is incredible for an animal that size. Very, very quick, very light on their feet. You see those ears pivoting. And if you're wondering what separates the rhinos from us, we do have the logs right there. There's a stick. Look at the ostrich racers walking by. Largest birds. They're flightless, thank goodness for that. Yeah, we don't want to live in a world with flightless. Our umbrellas are not that good. Cheetahs just ahead. Fastest land animals. They run well over 60 miles an hour. Teardrop-looking marks under their eyes help them with the glare from the sun. That long, thick tail's like a rudder. It stabilizes them when they're running really fast. Helps them make better turns. Beautiful, beautiful animals. Spots pretty good camouflage. Rock formation up here on the left is called a copy. Animals climb up there, gives them a great view. See if their predators are coming around or their prey, depending what they're. Look to the left. Get your cameras and cell phones ready. There's a male lion right there on the rocks. Lions are one of the few big cats that hunt as a group or a pride. Females are the majority of that. It takes a lot of energy. They'll rest or sleep about 18 hours a day. There's a female right above them. More rhinos on the right. Hey guys, I know it's hard, but parents, please help me with the volume. We don't want those rhinos to get alarmed. So the male lion right here on our left, if you've ever watched the live action Lion King movie, he was adult Simba in the movie. When they were making the movie, they came out here and took pictures of him, and that's what they used for their modeling. So
Amazing.
kind of a celebrity.
You learn something new every day.
Warthog just ahead on the left side of our map. A couple of warthogs are the largest burrowing mammals in Africa. They use their tusks for digging and for defending themselves. Closely related to domestic pigs, very aggressive. You got a couple more ostriches up here. Look at the legs and the feet on the ostrich. Very powerful kicks. They can take down a predator as big as a lion trying to catch him. Rhinos again. I mentioned 35 miles an hour. They can gallop like a horse. All 4 feet will come off the ground at the same time when they're running. If you ever get a chance to see that, it's pretty amazing. But they're running at you, it's really scary. White rhinos get their name from the Afrikaans word fight. It does not refer to their color. It refers to how wide or fight their mouth is. Mouth is perfect for grazing. They're herbivores. Right in front of the warden's post is a yellow box hanging on a stand. That is a beehive fence, like I mentioned with the elephants. You don't have to worry about technology failing or a power outage. It's a beehive. It gets bumped. Bees come out buzzing. It's what they do. Pretty much always works. Out in the backyard, those are Nigerian dwarf goats. Aside from just kind of hanging out looking adorable, they are really beneficial animals. They provide things like milk and cheese. They don't take up a lot of space. That's made them really popular. They've been exported all over the world. They do produce a lot of milk for their size, except for that guy. They can be a lot of fun to watch. We are at the outskirts of Harambe Village, and that does mean our safari is coming to an end. If you want to see more animals, you can walk down the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. If you're interested in helping protect wild animals, you can reach out to any of the conservation associations, including our own, of course. And you can make donations, but really anything you can do to raise awareness is going to be helpful. And that could be as simple as sharing photographs or videos you're taking. Having a conversation, talking about some of the issues facing the animals, all of it does help. Here at Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye to the traveler. Instead, we say Wanga reading. Wanga reading means to go well. And I hope you go well. Have a great rest of your day. Before you leave the truck, check your seats, check your rows. Make sure you haven't dropped anything along the way. Very easy to do with all the bumping around. you get off at the exit, out on the path right behind the old truck, there's a viewing area. Take a peek over there. Sometimes gorillas are hanging around. If they happen to be there, you get a pretty good look. Definitely worth checking that out. All right, once again, my name's Louis. I really hope you had a good time on your safari today. Thank you very much. Let's talk to you soon. A little more